Hey everybody, how's it going? This is Mr. Kakate. I just wanted to give you all a quick tutorial on how to basically complete this week's assignment, or the assignment that's due on the 16th, which is Wednesday. So, in case you don't know what I'm talking about, so first we're on the stream. I clicked the classwork up here, okay, and then I went to lesson 1. Now, most of you have done steps 1, 2, 3, and maybe 5 even, the IXL. And maybe you've read for section 4 or step 4 here, but the part that I'm noticing people are forgetting is doing this. Put that back where it was. Is doing this reaction chart. So the way that you want to do this reaction chart, if you read these directions carefully, which I advise you to do that as well, is you need to go down to the reaction chart assignment, and then for you won't be able to edit this, okay? So what you have to do is go to File, make a copy, okay, and then I would go and put this in, whatever folder you want it to be in. Probably like your drive, whatever, and put your name right here. So I put Mr. Kakute reaction chart assignment, and that's actually fine if you even just put your name in front for now, okay? Then you're gonna hit OK, and then see now it created a copy of that document. Okay, from here, we go back to the instructions. It says, I highly suggest you do this assignment by taking the directions out and replacing them with your own answers. Okay, so there's a sample reaction chart you can look at to get some ideas. I'm going to walk you through a little sample myself here. Okay, so this first part says, I'm just kind of skipping this because you guys will probably have read that. Okay, so use the following format to give me a general sense of your response to and understanding of the reading. Discussion points, broad reading. Bullet point, in a sentence or two, describe your experience of the text. In other words, what was your personal response to it? Emotionally, intellectually, etc. So what I'm going to do here is better. I'm going to go right in front of where it says bullet point. I'm going up to the top here. I'm going to hit bullet point, and I'm going to get that out of there because I don't want that in the way. And now I'm going to write my bullet point. Okay, so now I'm going to write, this text made me feel happy. I think the author was expressing joyful feelings and experiences. Now, that's a very basic response. All right, I hope that your responses are much more in depth. If they're not, that's okay too. It's something we're going to develop and build over time. Okay, but that is how you would do that. And I should then delete that for bullet point 1. Then for bullet point 2, I'm going to actually just do this part down here. Analyze 3 aspects of the reading that you found particularly engaging, interesting, or worthy of discussion. So this is where you're going to write some aspects of the reading that you found to be engaging, interesting, or worthy of discussion, okay? I found it interesting when the author talked about Frederick Douglass's life. Again, that's not a good answer for this one. Okay, I'm just giving you an example of something you could write, but you want to put a little more detail than that. That's a very basic answer, right? You didn't even have to read it to write something like that. And then down here, we have passage analysis, close reading. So for each reaction chart, I will give you a specific passage from the assigned reading that I want you to analyze in depth. This is the close reading portion of the reaction chart. You will present me with a line-by-line reading of the passage, noting what's important and terms of language, diction, symbolism, characterism, etc. The close reading passage will be announced in class and posted on GC. So this is the page 18 of the PDF, okay? So that's the part where you would do this. You would note what's important in terms of language, diction, symbols, characterization, etc. This is something we may have to go through together in class. So I would say just for now, you might even want to hold off on doing this part until we've talked about it in class. You might be able to do this first couple bullet points. You have to delete that part out. But you probably want to wait on section 2. In section 3, discussing questions, formulate one question for class discussion, questions that provoke thought in some way. So now this, you probably would actually write a question that maybe relates to what you wrote up here, okay? It even says in bold, DQs may relate to points you've already made in the DPs. So something that just pushes the thought a little further, okay? I wonder what people might think of Frederick Douglass. People might have thought of Frederick Douglass back when he was alive. What do you guys think? Okay, again, not the best session question, but just these are what we're looking for, something that kind of drives the discussion in some way. But it's a question, so it's not something you're putting an answer down. You're trying to ask the class a question and something we may talk about. Okay, I hope this gives you a little more clarity. If it does not, or if you need even more clarity, then definitely make sure you are reaching out to myself or Ms. Moore, or you are asking questions when we have our synchronous session on Monday. Okay, thanks.